Operators. These operators are mainly used to filter data in the database. We have a few different operators, and the first category is the comparison operators. These are the operators that compare two values of the same type. We have the less than, less or equal than, more or equal than, equal, and different. For example, we can check if the age of a man is different than 10. The second operator that we're going to talk about is the between and. This operator checks if an attribute can be found between two values. So we can check that the age is between 18 and 65. The third operator, in. In checks if the attribute is in a list of values. These values can either be numbers or strings. It only has to be the same type as the attribute that we're checking. So if we check an attribute, let's say the name of a person, we can check if the value stored in the name attribute is in, let's say, John or Mike. If the name is either John or Mike, this operator will return the value true, and if not, it will return the value false. The same as all the other operators. If the age is between 18 and 65, it will return true, and if it's not, it will return false. The fourth operator, like. Like checks if an attribute is equal to a template. What do I mean by a template is that we can replace some characters. We can check, for example, if the name is like John, but then we can replace the first two letters with a percentage character, and whatever are the first characters, it will only check that the last two characters are equal to the last two characters of the name. So we can have John and it will return true. We can have the first two characters Mo and then the last two characters H and N, and it will return true. We can have only one character such as M and then HN, and it will also return true because the last two characters are HN. But if we have, for example, MON, it will return false because the last two characters are not HN and they are ON. And is null. Is null checks if a value from a column is null. If we, for example, store in the name column a null value, it can check if the name is null. Then if name is null, then it will return true, and if it's, let's say, John, it will return false. These are the main operators in Oracle SQL. Next, we're going to talk about SQL commands.